Hey, what's up, everyone? Jalen here today, and today we're going to talk about presenting yourself online. Now that you have your music, now it's time to start getting your music out to the world. And one of the very first foundations of getting yourself out to the world and sharing your music is to make sure that you present yourself online in a way that will attract people who will enjoy and listen to your music and support you. When you present yourself online, it's a reflection of who you are in real life. As we know, online is very, very dense, and there are so many different ways to approach this way of presenting yourself online. But I want to give you 10 steps to presenting yourself online in a way that will help you to gain more fans, followers of your music. That way, you can have a successful music career, or that way, you can share your music successfully. So, step one is to set a goal. What I do is that when I go out into the online world and I'm presenting myself, I first have to set a goal for what it is that I want to do. So, let's say your goal is to create consistency in showing who you are from the real life world to the virtual world. You could set that goal and create parameters in which you can say, here are the ways that I plan on presenting myself online. For example, you could make sure that all of your social media handles have the same names, so then that way that's consistent across the board. You can also make sure that when you're online, that all of your social media or anything that you put online represents who you are and what your beliefs are. Step two is to create a landing platform. When I say create a landing platform, this can be a blog, a website, or you could just use social media as a landing platform. The importance of creating a landing platform will allow your followers and fans to follow you on your online journey with your music. For example, I'm going to show you what my online landing platform looks like. So what you're looking at is my website, which is observe.com. And so I created this landing platform for my fans to go and check out who I am. This is the first thing that I want them to see because I want them to know that what they're looking at right now is their moral compass. And that's what I preach for my music brand, is to follow your moral compass through music, through life, and everything beyond. And so your landing page or your hub could be anything that you'd like it to be. Now, step three is to optimize your landing platform. When you optimize your landing platform, you're setting yourself up for success. And when we say optimize, we really mean improve and increase all of the materials that you have on your landing platform. Remember, when you have your finished song and you put it up on that landing platform, you want to be able for your fans to easily get there, and you want them to feel a part of that process with you, and you want that work to show through your landing platform. For example, how I optimize my landing platform is to have clear fonts right here, and when they scroll down, everything is already listed off. So the way I optimized it is I made it easy for my fans to be able to become an observer, which is my music name, Observe. And when they scroll down, they're able to see some of the things that I have here. So it's very clean and very optimized for them, and it creates a better experience for your fans and listeners. Step four is to create and find your network and audience. Now, this is pretty easy because what you can do is put your music online and you can upload it to Spotify, you can upload it to iTunes, you can even upload it onto SoundCloud. And when you start to find the people who react to your music, you can easily start to attract them into your landing platform and then give them a reason to stay. Step five is to give your audience value. And what I mean by this is that you want your audience to feel like they can gain something from just listening to your music or beyond. And when I say value, that's something that enriches their lives. For example, what I did was on my website, I created services, which is value for them. And I clicked on see my services. And so what I did was I gave them the value of being able to book a free call with me so we can talk about what it is they got going on or what they want to do. And I'm letting them know that I want to help them create their story through sound, and we can do that together. And you could also give them value by creating merchandise if you want to, or you could even give them your songs for free. Step 6 is to get social. So now that you've created value and you found your network, now it's time to get social. And a good way to do this is by reaching out to your fans and followers and just simply getting to know who they are, reaching out to them on social media, sending them emails. One cool way that I did this is on my website, I actually have this email link here where they could create their email or type it in, and then they can sign up to join my email community for updates on music and weekly observations. This is awesome because it's allowing my fans to stay in tune with what I have going on and what they're doing, which is pretty cool. And so once you start to have the opportunity to get social with your fans, step 7 is to develop those real connections. Now, this is one of the harder things because you don't want your fans to just to sit idle. You want to be able to reach out to them and actually get to know them. So before you even ask them to send a song, ask them who they are and what they love to do. Ask what they're into and start to develop that real connection, because when you start to develop those real connections, it's going to show people that you actually care about them and you're not just looking for them to only listen to your music. I always love to live by this quote that says, people don't care about how much you know until they know about how much you care. And you can do that by developing your real connections. Once you've developed that real connection, you can move on to step 8, which is to now distribute your music. Now, to distribute your music, you could do this a couple of different ways. The first way that you could do this is you could go to a website called unitedmasters.com. And unitedmasters.com is a release platform where you can actually upload your music and then you could actually start to release it. I love this one because it distributes your music and it gives you the tools and the power to create. And you're always going to retain 100% ownership of all of your music. So to do this, you would just join United Masters, create an account, and then you can start uploading your music directly. Once you've started to distribute your music, now it's time to make it easy for people to find your music. And one of the ways that you can make it easy for people to find your music is to put that on your landing platform. So what I did here is I went down and I created a button that says Stream Emerge Now, which is one of the songs that I have. By the way, if you're interested in creating a website, I love to use this tool called bandzoogle.com. And this is where you can actually create your own website from scratch. So I definitely recommend that you do that. And now that you've made it easy for people to find your music, step 10 is to now show love to your fans. So now that people are on your landing platform, you've been getting social with them, you've given them value, you've developed a real connection, and now they're listening to your music. Now it's time to show love to them. Now, a way that you can show love to them is to simply ask them to post up maybe a screenshot of the song they're listening to, and then you can repost that onto your website, or you can choose to repost that onto any of your social media platforms. So these are the steps to presenting yourself online. And again, it's all about consistency and making sure that you represent yourself online just how you would in real life. Happy creating, everyone, and I'm here as always to help you out with any questions that you have along the way.